Well, moving on to other news, here's a staggering number for you. On average, about 7 people die every day in Canada from opioid-related overdoses. That's according to the latest numbers from the Public Health Agency of Canada. They counted nearly 2,500 opioid-related deaths in this country last year, and more than a third of that comes from one province, ours. The study factored in more than 900 British Columbians who died of illicit drug overdoses last year. And we know from BC's coroner that another 488 people have died so far this year. Now, you think about all those people who have lost their lives in Canada, but also here in British Columbia. And our next guest knew 49 of them, called them friends. Jolene Gray Eyes, you were homeless, you were addicted to drugs, you were working the sex trade in the downtown east side for 11 years. Joining us now in studio. First of all, thanks for being here.
Yes, thanks for having me.
You were 19 when you first started living in the downtown east side.
Yes, that's right.
Can you describe what your life was like then?
Well, at 19, I was struggling with substance abuse already for 3 or 4 years before I ended up on the downtown east side. I had some unfortunate things happen to me with my children and my family, and I lost custody of my son, and it was really difficult to overcome, and I numbed the pain with drugs.
And what did you have to do to support your addiction?
I worked the streets on the downtown east side for a very long time. I've had many encounters with bad dates. I've been hurt many times, and I stood on the corner to get what I needed, and I also sell drugs.
You had run-ins with the law?
Oh, very, very much so. I was charged numerous times with trafficking and possession and breach of probation.
What was the difference maker for you? What brought you out of that?
The difference maker was actually seeing people that I knew who had gotten clean and sober. I never met anybody that I used with and then they disappeared. I seen this girl who was my friend on the downtown east side for a long time, and she was working as a support worker in the lookout shelter that I was staying at. And I didn't even recognize her, but she recognized me, and she's like, "Wow, is that you?" And I was like, "Yeah, that's me." And she told me that she had been clean for numerous amounts of years. I remember her just not being around and always wondered, what happened to her.
And so started a long road of recovery for you. How many years? You've been clean for a number of years, right?
I've been clean for 6 years now, but
6 years.
It took 4 years in and out of recovery to actually achieve my first year of sobriety.
Congratulations. I should say that right out of the gate. I referred to all those people who you've known who've died over the course of this epidemic. 49 people. Did you ever stop and think, I could be number 50?
All the time. My list was 49, but there's actually many, many more that I know. I just, that's what I had a chance to write down before I did my interview. And there's hundreds. And 400 people have already died this year. If I look into it, I'm pretty sure I probably know a good handful of those people that have died this year as well.
So what needs to be done moving forward? Because, we've seen more and more supervised drug use sites cropping up, the naloxone kits more widely available than ever before, various levels of government pouring in tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, millions of dollars in some cases. What more would you like to see done?
I would like to see better access for treatment and detox. Detox, when you're wanting to get clean and you have to go to detox first, you can wait up to 6 weeks for a detox bed. And that's a long time for a person to wait who's homeless and drug addicted and has no place to go. Where are they supposed to wait for 6 weeks? By the time the 6 weeks comes up, they don't want to get clean anymore. It's a really long wait time for people to get clean, and some people don't have that time to wait.
One last question for you. This is an issue that has struck the public consciousness, I think, in a very different way than so many other issues out there. What would you tell the average person out there who's listening to your story, who sees the crisis unfolding on a day-to-day basis, what would you tell them about the people who are living hard times in the downtown east side?
That these people are suffering. You know, I suffered, you know, and I was loved and I was missed by my family, and, you know, everybody who's down there has a story, and they come from somewhere. You know, somebody's missing them. You know, they're not just hopeless addicts that, you know, don't deserve a second chance. You know, everybody deserves a chance to get clean.
A little compassion could go a long way.
Yeah.
Jolene, thanks for joining us on the program.
Thanks for having me.